Hello, just a short video from me here in the UK. It's pretty cold at the moment. Last night it went down to about -6 degrees centigrade. I know other parts of the world they go down -30, 40, crazy stuff. But for the UK that's pretty cold. And my wife's had a couple of times had a bit of a problem with her Kia EV in cold weather, which is a bit of a weird one. And it's a weird one which could easily be avoided. It's a bit of a puzzle. The puzzle is, and I've looked at the internet and other people have had this thing. EVs, fantastic big battery, totally reliable, never lets you down. Fantastic. You can drive through water, you can drive through floods. Better than electric or petrol, better than the petrol or diesel car. It is pretty much bulletproof. The weird thing is though, because you don't need a big battery to start a diesel or petrol car, electric cars are put in a low capacity 12-volt battery, same 12 volts, smaller battery. In, I think when the Kia they do, I can't speak for other cars, in the Kia they do, and in Hyundai they do. I mean, it's going to save kilogram, 2 kilograms, it's not a lot, and save a couple of dollars, I mean a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars, I mean it's so negligible. But it seems odd because these problems will only occur in the winter because batteries don't like it cold. 12-volt batteries don't like it cold, and the big battery don't like it cold either, but the big battery's fine with it, it just loses a bit of range. But the 12-volt battery is getting battered like it does in petrol and diesel cars, but they have bigger batteries. Not bigger in, actually maybe bigger in physical size, but I'm talking about my wife's Kia Soul. Now that battery is smaller in size and in amp hours because it doesn't need the big bucks, the big power to turn the fossil engine over. But the spin-off from here is all cars, not just electric cars, all cars use up power, all modern cars, when they're parked because they're not asleep. They're sort of in standby. I mean, when you've got doors that lock, you know, as you walk up to the car, that means there's power being used to keep that functioning, like a TV uses power when it's in standby. So it's using that power when it's standing still. And it's using that power when it's cold, just because it doesn't like being cold. So now people have been finding in their, I think South Korean cars really, problems with the cold. It's affecting the 12-volt battery. Now it completely baffles me because they've made a car with such effort, such precision, such a wonderful car. Electric cars are so wonderful. And they've actually added a weakness, because they could have put exactly the same battery on as the petrol or diesel car in the electric car. But they don't. They put in a smaller 12-volt battery. Now why? Oh, I find it quite annoying that they've sort of damaged their reputation by putting this little 12-volt battery in when they've got one in the factory because they're building the fossil models at the same time. Just if Fred in the factory is, whoops, I put the 12-volt battery on from a fossil model of the same car. All the difference would be is someone's got a more reliable electric car. So I don't get it, and it's annoying. And if South Korean people stop doing it, put the same battery in as you do in a fossil car, and save the embarrassment for your company, because cars need a big 12-volt battery. Even though they haven't got to churn over the big crappy old fossil engine. Because it's using it up in the winter. It's only happening in the winter, because winter, I say batteries don't like winter. So that's it really. I've mentioned this before, but yeah, put a proper battery in, put a proper 12-volt battery in. Why give it a weakness? I mean, the bigger the better. Anyway, so that's that. Now, what's happening in the world? Well, apparently in coronavirus, the UK seems to be leading the world in spreading the coronavirus around the world with the Kent version. So that's something to say. We're good at export. That's good. That's good exporting. And we're exporting coronavirus around the world. Yeah. So I'm sure Boris will say what a wonderful job we're doing by spreading it. And Boris says, don't book up your holidays for the summer because it may not happen. And the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, says, do book up your holidays for the summer. Because he's booked his holiday up, so it must be good, mustn't it? It must be the right thing to do if he's done it. So that's brilliant, isn't it? So that's ingenious stuff. But everyone knows the figures in the UK are so absolutely disastrous. But does anyone remember what the figures were in July 2020 of deaths from coronavirus in the UK? They were less than double figures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the numbers. They were down. What were? You just look at the numbers. Even now they're 1,000, and have come down from 1,600 a day. They came down to in July, August 2020 into single figures. But you know what pushed it up, and then pushed it up and up and up. People will say, and it is an effect. It's the cold weather helps it along. Of course it does. But you know, it kicked it off in October, 30, 40, 50, 60, numbers climbing. What kicked it off is eat out to help out. The government's idea. People going to restaurants, people being told to go to restaurants, people being encouraged to go to restaurants by having a discount. The government says, go to a restaurant. We will help you. We'll pay half your bill. And that's why, quite a big part of the reason why we're in the mess we are now. Unbelievable. It's the government. The government's eat out to help out. Unbelievable. They kicked it off. The mess we're in now, they kicked it off in October. Because eat out to help out was in August, September. And it takes a month for it to get through. They started this massive plague, the second coming of the plague. It's the government that did it. And then they did it again, boosting it up a bit in Christmas. But they pushed it on. Eat out to help out. So whoever thought that idea, because it's hard to think Boris will think of any ideas, but someone in the government, I don't know who the hell it was, but someone in the summer of 2020 thought of eat out to help out the restaurants and kill thousands, and it has done. It's killed thousands of people. And someone in the government thought that's a great idea. So that's my thought for the day. Because they increased the numbers of deaths through October, November. Boris says, it'd be inhumane to close down at Christmas. So then we had a second help from the government to kill people. Let's give it another jolt. So the government gave it another jolt at Christmas. And then we went up and up and up and up and up. And thank goodness we got the vaccine. I'm going to have mine in a few days. So that's good. But the vaccine's nothing to do with the government. The government always does bad things. The vaccine was done by scientists, genius, clever guys. The saving of people, like the inoculations, which are going really, really well, that's done by the NHS. But you know what Matt Hancock said today? Matt Hancock said he wants the government to have more input into the NHS. He's saying he wants a load of government idiots to have input into the NHS, which is saving this country. Can you believe it? I don't know what's going on. It's just like they want to do the reverse of good, the reverse of the right thing. It is breathtaking. Oh, there's someone, Baroness someone or other. You can look it up if you want, who cares? Baroness someone or other, who's a world Brexiteer, said Brexit, yes, it'll do all right. Northern Ireland completely messed up. Because, no, Northern Ireland's all right. The Southern Ireland's messed up. The reason is, Northern Ireland's in the EU, of course, because Well, because they're in the EU. And because they're not part of the UK. Southern Ireland are messed up. And the reason is the whole of the UK now is out of Brexit. Northern Ireland's in Brexit. So now the system we've got is, well, if you try putting a square hole, a round object through a square hole, that's what we've got now. So it's messed up. And Baroness, whatever her name was, is saying all the problems they've got. They've got to inoculate animals to go from border to border because one's in the EU, Northern Ireland, one's not in the EU, UK, in Southern Ireland. And she's saying all the problems they've got. And someone said to her, like, asked the question, says, "Well, isn't that the fault of Brexit?" And she laughed and said, "No." You can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. Anyway, I'm going now because I've done 11 minutes, and I'll see you soon. And I hope it warms up a bit because it's blooming freezing. But nice and sunny. See you later on. Bye-bye.